Hello, this is Vasavi from Matcom Tuition. We have different postulates to show that two triangles are similar. Here, I have just taken the first postulate, AA postulate, that is angle-angle postulate, to show the similarity of two triangles. Okay. So what does the theorem say? The theorem says if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, the triangles are similar. So what do you understand from this? If you have any two triangles and the corresponding angles, the two angles of one triangle is equal to the two angles of another triangle, then it is needless to say that the third angle is also equal, right? When two angles are equal, the third angle automatically it will be equal, because you know the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180, right? So when you add up these three angles, it is going to give you 180 degree, right? So if these two angles are same, then the third angle naturally will be the balance. So that would be also the same, right? So here I would like to tell you, to show two triangles are similar, it is sufficient to show that two angles of one triangle are congruent, or you can otherwise say equal, okay, to two angles of another triangle, okay. So let us see how we apply this postulate in the problems. So here's your first question. They ask you to determine whether the given triangles are similar. You have three questions here. So in the first one, they have given you the two angles of this triangle and the two angles of another triangle also. So one look at it, we may conclude that the angles are not equal. So because we need two angles to be equal, right? So here when you look at it, this is 60 and this is 60. But here it is 55, here it is 65. So they are not same. So we may conclude that these two triangles are not similar. But it is not so. We don't know what the third angle is, right? So let us find out the third angle and check if that angle is equal to any of these angles, okay? So here in this triangle, this is 65, 60 and 55. So that's 115. Take away from 180, because the sum of all interior angles is 180 degrees, right? So you take away the sum of 60 and 55 from 180. So 60 plus 55, you're going to take away from this, okay? So 60 plus 65 is 115. So this take away 115. So how much do you get? 65, right? So this angle, we have got it as 65, okay? Now look at this. Now you can compare these two triangles. Here, this angle is 60 and here it is 60. Here this is 65 degrees and you have 65 degrees here too. So since two angles of these two triangles are equal, you can say they are similar, okay? The triangles are similar, okay? And the theorem, the postulate we used here is angle-angle postulate, okay? Now look at the second problem, B. Here no angles are given. So let us see if we can find out any of these angles. The only information in this second problem is that these two lines are parallel, right? So these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal cutting the two parallel lines. So these two angles should be equal. They are alternate interior angles, right? So this angle should be equal to this angle. Alternate interior angle. Okay. So we got one angle equal. Now, can we find out any other angles here? No, because no information regarding those angles are given. So we cannot conclude we cannot find out the other two angles of this triangle as well as this triangles. So since we don't know the details about the other two angles, we cannot determine the whether it is similar or not. Okay, so you can say here information not sufficient. Okay, you don't have enough information to say whether it is similar or not. Now look at the third triangle, third subdivision given here. They say these two angles. So we are comparing the small triangle with the big triangle. Okay. So here these two angles are right angles, right? So they are equal. Naturally they are equal, 90-degree angles. And we cannot say that these two angles are equal because they haven't given the information that these two lines are parallel, right? Only if the lines are parallel you can say that these are corresponding angles and so they are equal. Instead, you look at this angle. This is a common angle, right? This is common to the smaller triangle as well as the bigger triangle. So this one is common angle. So since we have two angles equal, you can say that it is, yes, similar. Okay. By what theorem? What postulate? It is AA postulate. That's it. So we are done with the first problem. Let us look at the second problem. Here they have given you the figure and they say the altitude AD and CE of triangle ABC intersect each other at a point P. So this point is P. Okay. Fine. We have to show that you have to show all these four subdivisions. Okay. So let us do it one by one. So in the first subdivision it is triangle AEP and CDP. I have shaded the triangles which we are discussing about so that it will be easy for you to understand. So see, it is AEP. I have shaded this AEP here and next is CDP. So let me write that first. So here in triangle it is AEP, right? So it is AEP. So the triangle we are going to discuss about is triangle AEP and triangle CDP. Okay, CDP. I have shaded them. It is given angle D is 90 degree here and here they have given it is 90, right? This is 90, that is CEB is given as 90, but we can also say that CEA is also 90, right? Because they both are linear pairs. Angle AEP is equal to angle CDP and the reason is they are 90-degree angles, right? They are perpendicular angles. So both are 90 degrees. Look at this angle. CE and AD are intersecting lines, right? So these two angles are vertically opposite angles, right? So we know that the vertically opposite angles are equal. So let me write that angle APE, this time it is APE, is congruent to angle CPD. So the reason will be vertically opposite angles. Now that I proved two angles are equal, right? Two angles of this triangle is equal to the two angles of the other triangle. So I can say therefore triangle AEP is similar to triangle CDP. And the theorem we have used here is by AA postulate. Okay, let us go to the next question. This is ABD triangle. So this is done. Now we are in this. So let me write the question here in triangle ABD, right? And triangle CBE. This is what we are going to take this time. CBE. I have shaded both For your convenience, I have just shaded. So this is ABD is this triangle and CBE is this triangle, okay? Again you find these two angles are 90 degree, right? If this is 90 degree, this side is also 90 degree. Angle ADB is equal to angle CEB, right? CEB. Again, both are 90 degrees. The reason, whatever you say, you have to say it with a reason, okay? So the reason I am giving here, both are 90 degree given. Both are 90 degree angles, okay? Now, angle B seems to be the common angle, right? See, you have B here, you have B here too. So I can say angle ABD is equal to angle CBE because angle B is common to both the triangles. So here the reason will be common angle, okay? I repeat, for all that you say, you have to give enough reasons. So now we got the two angles of both these triangles are congruent, right? So you can say, therefore, triangle ABD is similar to triangle CBE. The reason is AA postulate. Okay. Now look at the third question. So let's copy down the question first. It is triangle AEP and ADP. Okay. So you have in triangle AEP. AEP is this triangle, the small one, and you have triangle ADB. Here you find again they have given you the two 90 degree angles, right? So I can say that this side of the angle is 90 because the other side is given as perpendicular. Since CE is perpendicular to AB, I can say this side is also 90 degree. So I would say angle AEP is equal to, in this ADB triangle, ADC is given. So AD is perpendicular to CB, right? So this side is also 90 degree. So I can say angle ADB. And this is again simple. This is again 90 degree, okay? 90 degree angles, okay. Now, next is, see, look at the question itself. You find A and A repeated, right? So that means that angle, both the triangle have the same angle there. So I can say that now, angle EAP is equal, congruent to angle DAB, okay? DAB. So that's a common angle here. Okay, common angle here. So I can say therefore the triangles AEP is similar to triangle ADB. Again, this is AA postulate. In this video we are just dealing with the AA postulate alone. Now, here this fourth one is triangle PDC and BEC. Here again you have PDC is the small one and BEC is this big one. So here again angle PDC is 90 degree. It's given, right? So PDC is 90 degree and angle BEC is also 90 degree. So that's one similar angle, congruent angles. So they both are 90 degree, perpendicular angles. So they are 90 degree. Next, again if you look at it, you see the C, angle C is common, right? So let me write that triangle PCD is equal to, this is D, okay? Triangle BCE, okay? Here the C is a common angle. So here too, you got two angles equal. So I can conclude that triangle PDC is similar to triangle BEC. So this is again by angle-angle postulate, okay? So once again I repeat the theorem. When two triangles are given, and if you can prove that two angles of one triangle is equal or congruent to the two angles of the other triangle, then you can very well say that these two triangles are similar by AA postulate. Hope you all understood. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.